Here we go, about 6.5 minutes early. Thought I'd get it started and get everything running. Make sure that everybody can hear me just fine. Bring up all my little buttons that let me do what I do. Looking over here for acknowledgement that you can see. John Salisbury, hello. Jason Nelson Heights. Outsen Heights. Know how to pronounce. Does everybody hear me just fine? Hey, hey. Okay, so we are here. Wanted to make sure that we are in here. And I'm showing 57 minutes after the hour. We've got 3 minutes where I need to get started here. Make sure that we give everyone a chance to show up. I'm playing with my screens here. Set up. Let me try to do the old-fashioned, bring it a little closer to the face and see if that works. See if that works out for you. Hoop, hoop, hoop. Brian Dahlstrom, hello. Yeah, we don't have enough people really to get started yet. But it's okay. We've still got 3 minutes until the broadcast. Hey, Todd. So I've been working on some new ideas for products. And I have at least one of them showing up this evening. So we'll see how that works out. You'll see that we have a kind of like a self-test. Dozen different repunchment marks from 1960 that have all been attributed by one of us. And mostly by penny parent Jessica Johnson, who is an expert at 1960 DRPMs. And we are working through the idea of allowing you to test yourself on your own knowledge of repunchment marks. So we send you 12 different repunchment marks, and there will be a sealed envelope in with your shipment. Your 12 repunchment marks are not marked. They're only marked with an inventory number. It doesn't tell you anything about what the repunchment mark is. But after you have a chance to try to identify every one of those mint marks, you can go back and open up the envelope. And in the envelope, you'll see a list of all of those inventory numbers along with the actual repunchment mark number it belongs to. So you can look at the list that you wrote down or look at your notes as you were going through attributing the RPMs and see how close to correct you got. Nothing but bragging rights as a prize. The prize is the fact that you get a test and the key, which you can test yourself, test your own knowledge, come back through with a key, see if you got it right. Testing my little microscope here to make sure. So don't pay attention that I'm not looking up at the camera. I'm not looking. Sure that this. And it does. Yeah, it's an interesting looking coin I just happened to pull up right there. I'll be able to show you the coins. That one has a fiber or something, right? It has a repunch. Started with we've been up and we've been down and we're back down now to 17. Up to a couple of dozen actually get. It's exactly like Coin Lab. You get coins to grade and you have to write down your grade and then they come back and tell you exactly what the coin's graded after you've taken the self-test. And this would allow you to learn a little bit more about attribution of die varieties, become your own home attributor, which what Coppercoins is all about. It's all about trying to allow you and empower you to be your own collector. You have to depend on me for your information. Okay, organs here. We can get started. Hello, Stephen Dallas. John Claggett. Like we've got a crowd getting lined up here. Go ahead and bring in our slideshow. And this is Coin Night Live Auctions, this Sunday edition. Today is July the 28th, 2019. Don't tell anybody, but it's only 4 days until my birthday. Make sure I got this all set up right. Hey, while you look at that, it really works. Got Brady Douglas here, somewhere in the house. Jessica Johnson, who goes by Penny Parent on here, and Amber Pennell. 3 of them are what we call Charlie's Angels or Charlie's Moderator. So we've been here for a couple of minutes. We should be good to go. I'm going to bring up the first item for bids. This is a 1909 VDB Lincoln Wheat Cent. It's an uncirculated coin. It's a brown uncirculated. It has very nice luster on it. It doesn't show up extremely well in the photographs, but you can see the sparkles in the luster. This particular item is the first one up for bid this evening. We're starting with lot number 279. And we have an $18 bid to get us started by Hidden Numismatist. Good evening, Jody. Coin Junkies here. Everyone's here. Is everyone here? Got an $18 bid started on this item. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. If I can get it open. Doesn't happen to be showing up. There we go. Okay, so it started up a little bit late, but I had to readjust a couple of things, sure that it was going to show up where it needed to. I'm hoping my audio is good for everyone. Hope everyone is in the house and can hear me and watching what's going on here. As I'm showing, you've got just about 20 seconds remaining to bid on this particular coin before it comes down and we move on to the next item. Take advantage while you've only got 18 people watching. Those 18 people include the moderators and myself. There's only about 15, 16 people out there bidding. DM Silver, good evening, sir. And Penny Parrot calls time. I appreciate your bid, Hidden Numismatist. For $18, you got a great deal. Stop the clock and move on to the next item up for bids. Got a lot going on tonight. Stay tuned. Keep watching. This one is our first die variety of the evening, 1959D 1DO001. It's a double die. It's listed by Kaneka as DDO number 1. Class 6 double die. Hello, Robert Folk. And let's see. Show you another picture of it. There's a picture that actually shows the date area and the doubling in the date area. You can see that the 1, 9, and the 5 are all extra thick. That's what happens in Class 6 doubling. You have thickness toward the rim. Now, the last 9 of the date doesn't look all that different from normal. And this can happen. We've got these starting at $5 a piece. $5 for the 1959D double die obverse. Got ahead of myself. Got a bid of $5 in on this one. Got another bid of $6. Go ahead and start the timer. Like Penny Piran will call the time until Amber can come in. Amber's been working outside all day. Perhaps tuckered. And you'll notice one of the things, feature that is very common to doubled dies is the fact that the mint mark is not doubled with the rest of the features of the coin. The mint mark is very normal on this coin, whereas the 9 and the 5 directly above the mint are pretty wide. The reason for that is because the doubling on hub doubling actually comes while the die is being made, and the mint mark is added by hand after the die is finished. So anytime you have a coin minted before that stopped happening in 1990, so 89 on back, if you have a coin that has doubling in the date and the mint mark together, you're almost certain to have machine doubling, because hub doubled dies generally do not have doubling in both the mint mark and on the date. And I'm showing we've got time on this one. Okay, Todd, the timer went off. We're used to a different person calling time when the time runs out, and the time ran out before you got a bid in. However, we can do this. I have a total of 3 of these available. At the closing bid of $10, I can allow Todd to have one at the high bid of $10. I could allow Hidden Numismatist to have one at the high bid of $10. Just let me know. I'm assuming Todd probably wants one since he bid 11. He's going to get it for 10. These are very tough to find. Hidden Numismatist passes. So Robert or Todd, if you would like 2 of them, you can have one additional one at the $10 high bid. I do have 3 available. Currently, I have 1 left. Move on to the next item so we can take a look at the next one. Here is a 1910 Lincoln Wheat Cent. This one is a nice AU coin. It's got a lot of luster on it. And I'm going to start it off at $9. Lot number 281 is the 3rd lot of the night. But you want to start this one off at $9. I'm going to give it just a couple of seconds, and then I'm going to pull it and move on to the next item. Okay, I'll go ahead and pull this one and move on to the next item. We have a 1955 D double die obverse number 1. This is a rather scarce double die. You can see in the image there, if you look closely at the eye, you'll see that it has doubling on the eye. This is an AU example. It's uncirculated. It's not AU. It looks AU in the image. I had to go back to my notes to be sure. It's actually a choice uncirculated, brown uncirculated. Start this one off at $5. Show you a picture of just the eye area. That's what the eye looks like. See that it has a very strong secondary eye. Very well doubled, very well defined. This one I do believe is cherry picker list. I believe it's cherry picker list. We've got Robert Adams took lot 281 for $9. I appreciate it. Thank you, Robert. That is correct. This is a cherry pickers list. That is correct. I was thinking it was, but I couldn't remember for sure. Go back and show you the whole coin. That's the entirety of the coin, obverse and reverse. Once again, just the eye area. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer on this one, let you guys fight over it for 1 minute. Try to be quiet. Mint state sales on this are for more than $8. We're up to $11 on this. Now we have a bid of 12. Todd comes in at 12, but he's a little bit late. Todd has a bid of 13 in there now. Steve comes in a little late at 13. Bid's 14. So we've got less than 10 seconds left to bid. And time. Looks like Steve in Dallas gets this one at $14. Sorry, Todd. Got to be a little faster on the whip there. Thing about these auctions, I know this is your first time in here, is that due to a second to 3 seconds of lag here and there that you're going to experience, you can't use the timer as a sniping tool. You have to bid early and bid frequently in order to be able to get winning bids on auctions here. The timer is merely for my moderators to be able to call time in a fair way. When they see the timer go off, the time, then they're going to call time in the chat. When time is called in the chat, then that's when the auction ends. So don't pay attention to the timer yourself, because whomever is calling time, currently Penny Parent, may have a little bit of lag or may not have any lag, and you may have lag. So your time is not going to be the same as someone else's. Stop this and move on to the next item. We have a 1911 Lincoln cent. It's in pretty good shape. It's got most of the original detail. It has a few stains here and there, but we're starting this one off at $2. $2, you're not very commonly going to find a 1911 Lincoln cent for sale at $2 that has this kind of detail. We're almost full detail on this. It's a nice AU coin. We have a $4 bid showing. And 5. Don't forget, for those who are on Facebook and have a Facebook account, you can find us by searching Coppercoins on Facebook. Come and join in the fun. In Dallas back in with a $6 bid. That's right, throws light. From Dallas, Oregon, not Dallas, Texas. Also, remember, directly after the auction, I'll be sending invoices out to the bidders. You do not have to pay in advance or pay ahead. I'll determine your shipping rate, which is based on weight and size. Anything under a pound ships for $4. Anything from a 1 pound to what will fit in a small flat rate box will ship for $8, and then everything else ships for $14. So down to the last second, Steve in Dallas has a bid of $6 and time is called. Thank you, Steve. Stop the timer and move on to the next item. I appreciate your bid. This one is a special coin. This one is PCGS grade. 1879 S dollar. Oregon dollar. Second year that they've made. And this one is a VAM15. VAM15 is a repunch mint mark. This has an S over S repunch mint mark. It is not annotated on the holder that it is a VAM15. But if you look at the images that we have and go to vamworld.com, look up 1879S VAM15, you will see the chatter down below the 1/8 of the date, and you will see the extra upper serif of the S, and you can see the lower part of the S, the secondary S. You're right, it's not copper. And we've got a start of $55 on this. Now these images are of the actual coin you'll receive. Managed to get these images through the PCGS plastic. I didn't take a picture of the entire coin, except for this one. Didn't take a picture of the slab overall. Rest assured that this coin graded MS63 is actually a very conservative grade for the coin. Go ahead and start the timer and give you guys one more minute to think about it. Hidden Numismatist currently has this one at the starting bid, $55. CM Silver comes in at $57. True to the name, Mr. Silver. Robert, go refresh your screen that has your YouTube on it. And come back to the channel. Come back to the video, and it should repair your lag, at least temporarily. Every time you start lagging, best thing to do is just refresh your browser and come back in. And with just a few seconds left to bid, we've got CM Silver coming in at $57. And our ring bids 61. Hidden Numismatist bids 58, then 62. CM Silver comes in at 59. But it looks like Hidden Numismatist. Nope, CM Silver at $63 is going to get this one. Barely got that bid in there. Awesome fight right there at the end, guys. Appreciate it. Wonderful coin, too. Another look at the up close. I'll move on to the next item. Check this out. This is a cud of all cuds. This one's broken off so badly you can't even see the date. This is a no-date cud. It's a very nice error coin. These things are generally quite valuable. Now, this particular one, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. The style of obverse and reverse on this would bring this down to being either a 1982, 83, or 84. Can't be after 84 because in 85 they changed the reverse. And then 82 was the first year that they used this small date obverse where the In God We Trust is further away from the rim. So this has to be 82, 83, or 84. In my research of cuds, I found that there are a number of cuds for 1983, and this one just happens to be listed in the place for no date cuds. I'm imagining there has to be somewhere out there a progression earlier than this that would actually show you the year of the coin. But I'm going to guess this to be a 1983. Based on my experience with Lincoln Cents, I'm going to guess this to be 1983. We're going to start this one off at $12. We have a bid of $12 right now. And Amber's in the house. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. Amber, you watch the timer now. And Todd bids 15. John Claggett comes in at 20. And New Age comes back at 30. Anyone who wants to bid, just make sure you send us your full name, your YouTube screen name, and your PayPal email address to coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. We'll make sure that you get added to the list so that I can send you an invoice. If I don't have your email address, I cannot send you an invoice. Thus, you can't win anything. Todd comes back with a $35 bid. I'm going to hold time. Time's being held at 2 seconds. That's going to give us one. Penny Parent, did you get the email address that was given? We've got time held, no bids right now, please. We're going to start time back up. No bids right now, please. I'm going to allow bids. Once I put time back on, we're going to allow bids. The current high bid is Todd Carmen at $35. Got just a couple of seconds left to bid. Yeah, other YouTube auctions don't count, buddy. You'll have to send your, just send an email. You can go ahead and bid, but just send an email to coppercoinspayments@gmail.com and get registered. I'm going to have to go ahead, start things back up. We're currently, Todd Carmen is high at $35. There you go. Time's back on. Go. I'm going to resume. Bidding is not on hold. And we got a bid in by Robert Adams. I think this one probably should be started over. I have a problem with stopping time during the middle of an auction. Let's start this one all over. I'm going to start the timer over right now. And we're going to start back to Todd Carmen's high bid of $35. Got 1 minute left. Bid. Todd Carmen had a high of $35 when I stopped bidding earlier, and then when I restarted it, we only had 2 seconds left. And due to lag, that's not going to give people enough time to bid. So I have restarted the clock. Todd Carmen is currently high at $35. Even Dallas has a bid in at $45. And bidding resumes with about 25 seconds left on the clock. Running down to about 13 seconds left. Todd Carmen has a bid of $75. Joe McBride comes in late at $46. And we have just a few seconds left on the clock. And I show time. Still came out with Todd Carmen on top, only $75 this time. Congratulations, Todd. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you for your bids. I'm going to move on to the next item. This one is a 1982 Philadelphia Kennedy half dollar with no FG. This has no initials on the reverse. Good evening, Alan. Sometimes things don't work out exactly as planned and don't work out exactly as we wish they had. Anybody who has not bid on our channel before needs to send your email address for PayPal invoice to coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. This one is a 1982 Philadelphia Kennedy half dollar with no FG. I'm going to start it at $14. And Hidden Numismatist gets a $14 bid in there. Joe McBride at 15. Welcome, James Roper. If we have your email address, you're welcome to start bidding. I'm going to go ahead and start the clock on this one and give you 1 minute. I'll show you a close-up of the area that has the initials, or does not in this case, or that should have the initials. You look to the right side of the bottom of the shield and those tail feathers over next to the arrows. You're supposed to be able to see an FG initials there. That FG initials is completely gone on this coin. These have been known and noted as an error for a number of years. It's a cherry picker variety. Uncirculated, these generally sell for between 4 and 5 times what I have this one selling for here. You're getting a heck of a deal. Another look at the coin. Obverse and reverse. It is uncirculated. It has some pretty bright luster on it. It's a nice looking coin. Just a couple of seconds left to get a bid in. Hidden Numismatist at $16. And Amber calls time. Congratulations, Hidden Numismatist. You've got your new no FG 1982p half dollar $16 bid. Moving on to the next item. We have a 1911D Lincoln Cent. Anyone building an album set, this one is sure to be a winner at $75. These coins in this condition sell for close to $100. This is lot 287. Early Lincoln Cents like this with mint marks are very difficult to find in this condition. Let me add that this one does have some luster. Yeah, James, you got a bid in very late. Tells me that you're probably experiencing lag. Probably consider refreshing your screen so you come up to time with the rest of us. This coin is, for all intents and purposes, uncirculated, but I'm going to call it a high-end AU. It is a beautiful coin, has decent luster. CM Silver throws a bid of $75 out on the table to get us started. I'll go ahead and start the timer for this. Thanks for the reminder. You can see all of the auctions that we've got going on tonight by going to coppercoins.com/auction. You'll see an entire list of all these slides that I'm showing. Be able to follow along with us. We move on through the lots for the evening. It does have a little bit of die wear, but it is a very nice, strong strike. And it appears as though we have a bid of $75 at present. Less than 30 seconds remaining to bid. As time winds down to close, we have CM Silver with a high bid of $75. Anyone else going to get in there before the time runs out? We have time. CM Silver gets this one at $75. Thank you for your bid, sir. Moving on to the next item. This one is a 1994 double die reverse number 1. a very scarce, nice double die cherry picker listed. This one is a circulation find. As soon as I show you the next slide, those of you who don't know what you're looking for yet definitely will. This is the same coin, only close up under my microscope. And you can see the remnants of a column 12 next to column 12, the last column, in that last bay. If you move over one more bay to the left, you'll see a partial of another column right there. This double die is cherry picker listed. It is a very nice double die. It is a very valuable double die, starting at $29, which is a steal. Give you guys about 30 more seconds to come up with a bid. Now I'm going to move on to the next item. Ray's Penny Farm comes in with a bid of $29. Right? Make sure you register so I can get you an invoice for this. These are actually very difficult to find. I, in fact, have never actually found one of these. I've had a few, but I've never actually found one. CM Silver comes in with a bid of $30. Robert Adams comes in late with a bid of $30. Population is indeed very low on these. Joe McBride bids $33. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer on this one. You guys, one more minute to fight it out. Coin Searcher, I've been looking through circulation for one of these for probably about 10 years now. Still haven't found one. They are not common at all. So we got Joe's bid of $33 is still way below. Oh, we got CM Silver now at $35. Still way below the typical price that these sell for. 30 seconds left, and Ray's Penny Farm has a bid of $36 in there. And I'm showing less than 10 seconds remaining. CM Silver bids 37. Ray's Penny Farm gets a $40 bid in right before time. Thank you for your bids, and congratulations to Ray. I'll move on to the next item. Next item is a 1912 S Lincoln set. Now this one's got a lot of detail on it, especially the wheat verse. Real nice detail for a $25 starting bid. This is almost insane pricing. We're talking about VG money on a coin that's probably extremely fine. It's a nice, very fine to extremely fine coin. Let's start this one off at $25. You guys, just another minute to come up with a bid, or I'm going to move on to the next item. The strength and strike of the reverse on this coin more than makes up for the softness on the obverse. CM Silver starting us off at $25 on this one. Thank you. Go ahead and start the timer on this. And Victoria is in the house at $26. Just about 30 seconds left. Victoria is a high bidder at 26. CM silver comes in at 28. I don't know if you guys will notice this, but the die chip die crack collectors out there will see that there is a small chip in the lower part of the 2 of the date. Nothing special, nothing different, except that it is a 1912S Lincoln, and this one's in pretty good shape. And that little chip gives it character. F. Conde is in at $30. CM silver at 31 just after time is called. F. Conde is a winner at $30. Thank you for your bid, sir. And we move on to the next item. How about if I move on to the next slideshow? Next item is 14P Lincoln Wheat Cent with light wear and some luster. This is lot number 292. This is an extremely fine to AU coin. A little bit soft on the reverse. Hey Paula, hope your son's doing better. I'm going to watch for bids on this one for just another minute or so, and then I'm going to pull it and move on to the next one if we don't get any bids. Looking for a starting bid of $9. $9 is a really good price for a coin in this condition. Did we skip 290 and 291? Okay, we'll have to move back to 290 and 290. I didn't notice because I was trying to switch slides. Todd brings in a bid of $9 on this one. Go ahead and start the timer. I'll get the timer started. I had one job. I couldn't get one job done. Todd has the winning bid in at $11 so far. Let's see if we can get it a little bit higher. Dana's in the house. Good evening, Dana. We got 30 seconds left on this 1914. I can tell you for a long time I searched for a 1914 in this edition. I ended up having to pay close to $15 for mine. And this was quite a while ago. Why is Dana being antisocial? Better not be antisocial. I'm going to be moving to the state next door pretty soon. We have time on this item. Let me see if I can go back and find the others. Appreciate your bid, Todd. What's lurking here? Okay, folks, hang on just. Gotta get hotkeys set up. This is kind of strange. Okay, so lots 290 and 291 did not come through on the slideshow for some reason. See if I can add them in. That's odd. I already have. Temporary difficulty. Technical standby. Ever since they changed to a new version, Studio, I've had trouble creating slideshows that actually show everything I put in them. Like there's some sort of a limit to what it will show. Really weird. Definitely not nice. Let me see what I've got in here. Still, it's not working. Okay, folks, I have no idea exactly what. Go ahead and slideshow just those items. I hear my dog playing. He's having a. I'm working on it. Be there in just a second. Learn to just have patience with the thing. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. How about that? Hey, Sherman. How you doing, buddy? Sherman's in the house. Okay, so we've got lot number 290. This is a 1958D. Repunchment mark number 13. And if you want to see the repunchment mark, I'll have to set my settings for it. Oh boy. I'll tell you, sometimes things just work wonderfully. Sometimes. All right, so here we go. We've got a 1958D repunchment mark number 13. Yeah, time for snorting. Well, actually, snoring sounds don't happen right now because he's fully awake and ready. He's gonna sit here next to me and make noise and do whatever he does. So this is actually an earlier diced 8 coin. Even though you do have the die scratches, you have relatively sharp outer edges to the lettering. Which means this is an earlier diced 8 coin. Hi, Brady. And Robert Adams comes in with a starting bid of $5. Thank you, Robert. Go back and show you the whole coin again. I'll start the timer on this one. Get us started for that 1 minute. 1 minute left to bid. James, your bids aren't being called simply because you're getting them in way too late. I don't understand what exactly is going on, but you probably need to refresh your YouTube screen. So there's some chance that you might come into the regular time with us. Your bids are coming in a good full minute too late. This is a live show. Bids are live. The items are live. We're well past the 1912S, James. We're up to a 1958D. We're on lot number 290 now. And Joe brings in a bid of $8 after CM Silver brings in a late bid of 6 and Hidden Numismatist brings in a bid of 7. That is very true that a 1958D Lincoln Cent and Gem is actually. But if I get that started, what happened? The timer went down below. I started the time on this. Time has already ended. So Joe gets the high bid in there. at $8. Yep, we're going to do sold to Joe McBride at $8. That's the timer. I saw the timer end, but unfortunately, its layer was below the layer of the actual lot, and that was because I had to build that very quickly. Accidentally laid it over the top of the timer. Okay, see if I can get this. The next item. Okay, here we go. Go a little bit slower on this one. Let people catch up. We have a Mexican peso here. 35% off center. It's a very nice uncirculated coin. Nice flashy coin with really nice luster. It is a very dramatic error for a foreign coin. Mr. Dowdle, we're going to have to help you get on to our auction time because it appears as though your connection is real slow. You're not getting bids in time before we've already closed auction lots. We had a Mexican peso now. It's well beyond the 1914 P. Lincoln. Mexican peso, it's off center. Very nice uncirculated coin starting at $8. Hidden Numismatist gets a starting bid in there at $8. This is lot number 291. And Victoria shows up with a $9 bid, and Todd comes in just a second late with a $9 bid. Hi, Bill, about 10, 12 lots. We started at 279, we're at 291. John Claggett comes in at $15. Todd Can't Win for Losing comes in at $10 right after John's 15. Now Todd gets 16 and is the high bidder. This is a larger coin. This is larger than a quarter. It's a little smaller than a $half. If you saw a $half this far off center, you would think, wow. Well, this is a wow coin. John Claggett comes in with a $20 bid, and then Todd Carmen comes in with 25. Todd is currently the high bidder at 25. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer on this one. And I'm going to watch to make sure that the timer is actually showing. And it is actually showing. So Amber should be able to see it and verify that she can see the timer. Sherman is just wanting attention. Sherman says hello to everyone. Amber can see the timer. We have just about 1/2 minute left to bid. And Todd's in there at $25 as a high bidder. The one that I have running, if you're talking about the 1998, the one that I have running will be the harder one to find. The wide AM for 1998 is difficult. Close AM is the easy one. Joe McBride comes in at a high bid of $27. Art Ring at $28. And then time is called. Art Ring is the winner at $28. Congratulations, sir. Feels like we're back on the vibe. On to the next item. Okay, that's not the next item. Just as. Here's the next item. We've already been through this one. So. There. We supposed to be on lot number 293? I'm hoping I'm right. Lot 293. Move it over on the screen just a little bit. There we go. Lot 293, we have a 1934 P, DDO number 1. Look at In God We Trust on this coin. If you can't see it, let me help you look at it a little closer. There you go. Look at the spread on that doubling. Just amazing. This is a super double die. What do you want, Sherman? Right now, buddy. Okay, everybody. Sherman wants to say hello. We're going to do a really quick hello with Sherman. There's Sherman. Hi, Sherman. Say hi, buddy. Say hi. It looks like a statue, but I promise you it's a live dog. Okay. Now that's good. Back to the auction. It's more of something all the time. But he is a wonderful dog. Super attentive dog. All right, so we have a $29 bid up there, Joe McBride, on the lot number 293, which is a 1934 double die quarter. There's the coin again. It's in pretty good shape. Good enough shape to see the doubling, that's for sure. I called this one a good. Here's your doubling again. Go ahead and start the timer on this one. Joe does have the current bid in at $29. These do typically sell quite a bit of money because it is a big cherry picker variety. One of the strongest double dies in the entire Washington Quarter Series. There are a few that compare. This is one of the larger ones. And with just about 10 seconds left to bid, CM Silver is in there for a high bid of $30. Joe McBride comes in at $33 just before time called. And Amber calls time with Joe at high bid $33. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Coin Dragon is in the house! Where is he? Yes, he is. There he is. P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Who? All's going well, ACS Coin Shop. Move on to the next item up for bids. We have a very interesting 1921 Lincoln cent here. This is a very nice coin for the money. Full luster. Actually, very nice luster on this brown coin. Let's start this one off at $30. Anybody give me a $30 bid on this one? I'm wanting to move it here and now. If I don't move it here and now, it's going to go for more than that online. This is a live auction. This gives you the opportunity to bid on things that cheaper than you're going to see them anywhere else. $30. We have CM Silver in at $30 on this one. It is a very nice 1921 Lincoln. So, buddy. Sherman requires attention from time to time. And I'll go ahead and start the timer on this one, give you one more minute to think about it. Coin has a very nice solid strike. It's got very nice details. And CM Silver seems to be the only person interested in this one at this price at this time. Quite a steal there. $19.21 is one of the more difficult Philadelphia Mint Lincoln cents to run by in the 1920s. Of course, 1922 doesn't count because there were no Lincoln cents minted in Philadelphia in 1922. James Dowdle comes in with a $31 bid in time. And CM Silver hits it on top with a $32 bid. And Amber calls time. CM Silver wins at $32. Thank you, sir. Moving on to the next item. We have a 1998 Wide AM Lincoln cent. Now, the Wide AM is the earlier design that was supposed to be on Lincoln cents from 1989 through 1992. And then in 1993, they came up with a close AM design where the A and the M touch. Both the mint state and proof coins from 1993 were minted with the close AM design. And then in 1994, if they hadn't done enough to be confusing, they kept the close AM design for the business strike coins and went back to the wide AM design for the proofs. So proof Lincoln cents from 1998 through the end of the Memorial Series should have this wide AM design. But the mint state coins are not supposed to have this wide AM design beyond 1992. The 1998, the 1999, and the 2000 Philadelphia mint coins came out with this wide AM design on a few select coins. 1998 and 2000 are a little more common, while 1999 is quite scarce. These generally sell for well above $9. Trade. Wanted to be able to share this one with you guys, be able to give you a chance to get in on one of these scarce coins while you can. James Dowdle gets a bid of $9 in. I'll go ahead and start the timer. You guys 1 minute to make a decision. Todd comes in at $10. Because these are listed by the Red Book and because they are rather scarce, not super common, and given that now if you find one in change, you're liable to find one that's nowhere near red in condition, values of these are creeping up. James Dowdle gets back in at $12 with less than 30 seconds left to bid. Todd comes back at 13. We have less than 20 seconds left. James Dowdle comes back at 15. Todd, you'll have to lift above 15 to keep the high bid on this one. James currently has it at 15. And Todd's at 16. Todd's at 16 and Hidden Numismatist at 17. James comes back at 17, but not in time. Amber calls time. Hidden Numismatist is the winner at $17. Thank you for your bids. Moving on to the next item up for bids. We have a 1922D Lincoln cent. This 1922D is a really nice coin, although the reverse is very typically weak. The obverse is quite strong and shows extremely fine details, and we're starting this at very good money. You're not going to find one of these in this condition for this price very many places. Victoria realizes that, puts a bid up of $18, and I'm going to go ahead and start the timer on this one. This is a very nice coin for the money. You'll also notice, for those who like collecting errors, there is a die crack from the O of to the rim around 8 o'clock on this. The obverse on this particular coin is quite strong and does show a full roundness of the cheeks, which gives it roughly extremely fine grade technically. We're going to call it a very fine because of the lack of detail on the reverse. CM Silver has the high bid at $25. Todd Carmen comes in just a moment too late. Todd comes in at $26 now. And James Dowdle at a $27 bid with just a few seconds left on this one. And it looks like CM Silver is on the top at $29 when Amber calls time. CM Silver at $29. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you, sir, for your bid. Moving on to the next item. A 1928 Lincoln cent. This one's a nice red and brown coin. A little bit of blotchy color going on, but it's selling starting at a really low price of under $10. This is a $9 coin here. Thank you, Steve. Alan Bailey gets a first bid in at $9 on this one. I'll go ahead and get the clock started. This coin is nearly a full red coin. It does have some blotching on it that pulls it to red-brown in grade. James Dowdle pulls in a bid of $10. Dale and Bailey comes back at $11. James Dowdle at $15 with 30 seconds left to bid. Anybody here who has not registered yet can send your full name and email address and your YouTube screen name to coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. Get registered to bid and get in on the fun. James Dowdle at current high bid at $15, just as time is running out. And Amber calls time with James Dowdle at high bid, $15. Congratulations, sir. Moving on to the next item up for bids, we have a 1929D Lincoln cent. A really nice coin here with a very small touch of wear. This has just a little wear and plenty of luster, so we're going to go with AU on this one. And at $9, this is a steal. You can hear my dog over here slobbering over this one. Maybe. Sherman likes good coins. Don't you, Sherman? Have a great night, Todd. Still looking for a bid on 16. See, where are we? Okay, 29D. I'm going to go ahead and pull this one. And move on to the next item. Here's a 1930 S Lincoln cent with beautiful toning. A nice uncirculated coin, mostly red. The red-brown. Start this one at $14. This is lot number 299. And Victoria brings the opening bid of $14 in. I'm going to start the timer. Give everybody 1 minute to make that decision. Sherman says that's a great deal. Right, Sherman? It's just a little bit of purple toning up along the top periphery of the coin and below the bust. A little bit on the reverse next to that left wheel. You want out? Okay. Trying to figure out why he's over here. I think he wants me to bid on the coin. Only $14 currently with Victoria. Got less than 20 seconds left to bid. Folks, make sure you like this video if you're watching. You got 34 people watching, only 24 have given a like. And Hidden Numismatist comes in with a $15 bid right before time. Congratulations, sir. Kill the timer on this and move on to the next item. We have a 1933 Lincoln cent here. This one is just below a full uncirculated, and it's at $16, and it still has some red color on it. 1933 is one of the more difficult years to come by. I'll start this one off at $16. And I'll give it just a few more seconds. Okay, we've got a $16 bid from Victoria Carter. I'll go ahead and start the timer on this one. CM Silver, you're just a bit late with the opening bid. You'll have to go to 17. There you go. And the live openings will begin tomorrow, I promise. Been working really hard on trying to get in with these live openings. I'm going to announce it tomorrow morning. When tomorrow afternoon I will be opening our first live roll, 46D, half roll, 25 coins. Just under 25 seconds left to bid. We have CM Silver in with a high bid of $17. And as time comes to a close, we have CM Silver. Oh, Victoria Ramon Carter comes in right at $18 at the buzzer and steals this one at $18. Congratulations, Victoria. Go on to the next item. We have a 1934D Lincoln cent that's uncirculated, and this one has some very interesting color on it. Got really nice luster. It's a bright, flashy coin, although it is solid brown. It is a near gem brown coin. And Hidden Numismatist starts us off with an $8 bid. James, my apology for not having done some of the openings a little earlier than this. This is a plan that I've got to be doing this on a regular basis. And I found out just after I planned the first roll openings that I'm going to be moving to North Carolina next month to follow my wife to a new job. And so I'm having to try to drum down everything that I'm doing and get to a point where I'm ready to pack to move 700 miles away from home. I'll go ahead and start the timer on this one. Hidden's got a bid in at $8. Anybody wants to get in on the bidding on this one, they have to come above $8. And James Dowdle hits the button at $10. Jim Silver comes in a little late at 9. James is the current high bidder, with about 30 seconds remaining to bid. And CM Silver is not re-entered a bid, so James Dowdle is the high bid at present. And Hidden comes in at $11, just before Amber calls time. Hidden Amethyst is our winner at $11. I'm going to be able to say that word by the end of the evening. I guarantee it. Go ahead and stop the timer. Move on to the next item. Congratulations, sir. And we have a 1935 S Lincoln Wheat Cent. Now this one, the amount of luster this coin has, absolutely dripping with luster, and it just doesn't show very well in the photo. This is a beautiful coin, starting off with a high with a bid of $19, which is about 1/4 of its value. Alan throws a bid in there at $19. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer on this one. Give you guys 1 minute to make a decision on this one. It is a little bit soft, and that's because the dies were in late die state when the coin was struck. However, if you look at the coin, it has very few marks on the coin that would detract from the grade. Silver comes in with a $21 bid. The 5 in this particular shot is the result of a late die state die. The die was actually beginning to chip away and fall apart. And outside the outer devices, around the outer edge of the design, those devices are affected more by the chipping that happens die as it ages. You can also see how the word trust is affected in much the same way. Coming down close to the end of this one, James Dowdle has a bid of $22 in. CM Silver gets a bid of $23 in. And I'm going to call time. Amber calls time on this one. Congratulations. Thank you for your bids. Move on to the next item. This one is a 1938 D Buffalo Nickel, a D over S, OMM, over mint mark. The S in this one shows very nicely. Bill Betts puts a bid of $10 up. I'm supposing that Bill Betts is putting a bid up on this item at $10. Bill is at 10. Starting this one off with Bill's $10 bid. Show you the S inside the D. If you'll look very carefully at the center of the D, you'll see part of the center of an S. The S has a sharper curve. This is an S, comes over and around the D. In this grade, you can see part of the bottom of the S below the D, part of the middle of the S inside the D. I'll move us back to images of the coin. This is a good to very good coin. Shows only the bottom of the horn. Buffalo or bison. There's a few small pickle marks here and there, as could be expected of a coin grade. CM Silver comes back with a bid of $11. Our current high bidder. Go ahead and start the timer on this one. Give you 1 minute left. Bid. Buffalo nickel has always been one of my favorite coins because of the design, the depth of the design, the overall detail the design shows. It's been noted that James Earl Fraser probably used 3 different Native Americans as the subject for the obverse of the buffalo nickel. And the reverse, of course, is not a buffalo, it's an American bison. But because we have called them buffaloes for a long time, the name buffalo sticks. Joe McBride sticks a bid in of $12, just as we're coming close on time. And I show time now, with Joe as a high bidder of $12. Congratulations, sir. Sorry about that, CM Silver. You didn't get in there in time. Moving on to the next item. We have one of the more scarce repunch mint marks of the Lincoln Cent series. This is 1960D 1MM004 or RPM4 in the Conecuh listings. This is one of the most difficult of all repunch mint marks to locate in modern Lincoln Cents. There are very few of these ever graded, very few ever found. I've been doing this for, well, probably near 25 years for repunch mint marks and double dies, and I have found all but a few of these. I've owned only a few in my entire life. This one is now up for sale. Starting this one off at $45. Here's a view of the actual mint mark. See on the RPM number 4, there's not a whole lot of, I'm going to say not a whole lot of fanfare following the way this one appears. But if you look at it carefully, you can see that there are 2 lines that come off top left of the mint mark. The bottom of those lines actually curves downward at its left end. And if you look inside the mint mark, you can see where that curve continues, and you can see the other part of the D. These are extremely hard to find, extremely rare, very difficult to locate, and generally sell for between $50 and $100. A lot more of them closer to the $100 range, but I started this one at $45 because it is a choice BU. It has just a couple of hits here and there, and it has a couple of small spots. You look just above the 9 and the date. There's a spot just above the R of Liberty. There's a spot on this coin. But for this condition, that's a superb price. You guys a chance to leap on this before I throw it out there on eBay and put it out at a price that's not going to be the same. Okay, Joe, I can start it at $40. Joe gets a start at $40. Very typically do sell for quite a bit more than that. Go ahead and start the clock on this one. Give everyone else a chance to bid above $40 on this. We have reduced the opening bid to $40 on this. This is 1960D, RPM number 4. The one hole missing in just about everyone's collection. I had been collecting repunch mint marks to the point that I had about 70 different repunch mint marks for 1960 before I owned my very first number 4. And it came out of a PCI slab. And as we go under 30 seconds left on this lot, we still have Joe at $40. This is lot number 304. We only have one lot remaining for the night. And I show that time has run out. Just after Art Ring gets a bid of $44 in. Art Ring brings it at $44. I appreciate it, Art. Thank you very much. I'll move on to the next item. This is the next and last item of the evening. I'm going to call this a self-test attributor pack. A dozen different 1960D RPMs. I have a number of these. I'm going to go ahead and sell them at $21 a piece. And I will do a special deal. I have where you can actually get not the 12, but you can get 24 different RPMs. Yes, they are all different. Hi, Bulldog. They are all different. So you're going to get 12 for 21. And unfortunately, because putting 24 different RPMs together is more difficult, I do 24 at 50. So you can bin one. Okay, here's how it's going to work. I'm glad you asked. When you buy these, you'll notice that I have them numbered in very small numbers in black down on the lower right corner. I have sheets that go with each one of these sheets that I can enclose in an envelope that you cannot see through. So that when you receive your lot, you will receive the envelope that goes with it. You go through and try to attribute the coins yourself. When you think that you have successfully attributed all the coins, you open the envelope and find your answers. That's how this one's going to work. So you can bin one. Robert, were you buying one of these or trying to buy something different? You can bin one or bin both. Bin one is at 21, bin both is at 50. Bin both is 24 different RPMs for 1960D. Most of these are the nicer RPMs. We're not talking about the minor split serifs. We're talking about nicer RPMs that exist within the first 120 numbers on the Coppercoins website. Joe McBride will bin both. Robert Adams, I will send you a message after this is over. Joe McBride will bin both. Anyone else? Bin one or bin both? Bin one, $21. Bin both is $50. So what you're doing is, bin one, you're getting one 12-coin sheet, just exactly as you see here in the image, $21. You want me to add another 12 different RPMs to that? You put bin both at $50. Penny Parent, yes. Joe McBride was putting a bin on both at $50. You're going to clean up the yard before dark, Amber? You better hurry up. Have a great night. That's right. This will give you a great idea as to what you're looking for out there. It's also a really good start, good lead in on the Repunch Mint Mark collection. And it also gives you a chance to hone up on your attributing skills with the help of the professionals. I'm going to give just a few more seconds on this before I call time on it. I have a few of these available, so if you chance wanting one after the auction ends, just let me know. Bulldog bins both dollars. We got Joe McBride and Bulldog both spinning 24 coin lot at $50. It is exactly a test. Glad you got the point. Donald Harmon's going to bin both at $50. You gentlemen will all receive an envelope with 24 item numbers inside the envelope that correspond to die numbers that you're going to try to attribute on your flip inserts right there with the coins. The backside of each flip insert has an inventory number. Those inventory numbers will be on your sheet you receive enclosed in an envelope that will tell you which RPMs you have. And I do appreciate it, folks. I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down. And we've had a bunch of fun tonight. Got some scarcities, got some rare stuff, got some interesting stuff, got a self-test, had some non-copper, buffalo nickel, even foreign. And we're going to keep doing that too. Got another one coming up on Tuesday. And I have to tell you that from now until the time that I actually move to North Carolina, I'm not going to be able to run Sunday auctions beyond tonight, but we will keep the Tuesday auctions going. It'll be a Tuesday auction, and I think we're going to move it to 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern until I get moved. And I will be doing a roll opening tomorrow. I will announce it tomorrow morning exactly what time I plan on going live. And I will open the roll live. It's going to be a 25 coin roll of 1946 D Lincolns. So we've got Tuesday at 8 p.m. We're going to be running the next edition of Coin Night Live Auctions. I can do that, Hidden Numismatist. I'll go ahead and basically I'll do it the other way around. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and invoice you plus shipping for tonight's auctions and then just hold the lot. You can just not pay until Tuesday, and then I will add to your invoice on Tuesday. That way Tuesday you'll be able to pay for the entire invoice all at once. I appreciate all of your bids. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your patience with my technical difficulties and the fact that OBS Studio doesn't seem to work the way it used to. I am using OBS Studio version 23.2. Used to have version 19, and version 19 seemed to work very well. I don't believe all of the coins are sold for the reveal. Victoria, once we got your information, we're good. You gave us an email address that we can invoice you at. Just make sure that your current address is correct with PayPal, because that's the address that I'll ship coins to. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe and hit that little bell. You'll get notifications next time we have another auction. Thank you, Victoria. And thanks everyone else. Coin Junkie, I'm not sure whether the coins are sold for the reveal right now. I'll have to check. Let me look. I'll find out for you. I unfortunately only have one way of checking this, to go into my database and see how many are left. Look. I still have 15 available on the OBW roll reveal for the 1946D, and I still have 26 available on the unknown date roll that I'll be opening within another couple of days. I can put the link, make your purchase, on here. That's for the 1946D 25 coin roll. Oh, actually, that won't work. Hang on. That one won't work. Let me try another link here that will work. I'll just take you to the entire category. Find what you want. I need to change the dates on these opens too. This is a link. That is a link to the roll reveals. We have roll reveal number 2 on the 1946D Lincoln. We have half of those remaining. We have 15 of them remaining. And on the roll reveal number 3, we have 26 remaining. And Hidden Numismatist asks if there will be a Series 2. Yes, sir. There will be a Series 2. Although not before I moved to North Carolina. Everything's kind of little wrenches and things being. Well, I'd call it an organization system, but it really isn't. But my days are currently being taken up by making attempts to pack, get things together, pack and go to North Carolina, which will be my home soon. A Coin Junkie at present, there is no limit. You can buy as many of the remainers as you want. Robert Adams, what's 3 for? Marley and T, hello. Not sure what Robert's saying number 3 for. We are within just a couple of minutes of my needing to shut down here and go on about creating invoices sent out. Let me know if we have any last minute questions. I'll make up a time. I'll get us on that roll reveal tomorrow. You may ask a question real quick, Marley. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate it. I will see you on Tuesday. Tuesday, remember a new time, 8 p.m., not 9 p.m. It'll be 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Got to move back an hour because we were running too late and I was working until 2 o'clock in the morning after Tuesday auctions. I just don't want to work that late. Waiting for Marley's question. My dog left me. He got bored. Wasn't paying him. He doesn't like it when Megrig & Sons tube. The coin's all. It's not glass. But he made glass tubes. I'm thinking that you're talking about one of the coin tubes that we call the shrink to fit coin tubes. And those, what you can do with those, use a hot knife and squirt. Different tube to show you. You squirt it straight down this way around about 4 different spots. Tube. And then you should be able to tap the tube, and the tube will shatter, and the coins will come out. That's what I hear works. Go ahead and give that a shot and see if that works for you. But yeah, you use a hot knife and go straight down the length of the tube. Straight down the length of the tube. About 4 different places. You create sections. Then when you hit the tube, it should shatter. You can use a hairdryer to heat the tube as well, but then you're also heating the coins inside the tube. Use a hot knife, you're only heating the plastic of the tube. Make sure you do it in a well-ventilated area and you wear a mask because, well, putting your hot knife directly on that old plastic is going to cause fumes, which are probably toxic. Any new 2019 DDOs? There are. But so far, I don't have confirmation. I've seen images and I know that I have some headed toward me. But at present, I have not actually seen any. But I'm definitely waiting to see them. My understanding is that there are 2 that I do not presently have listed, which would put us at 9. Joe, if we're talking about the role reveals, I'll bring up the link again. Welcome, Marley. Silver nitrate waiting for your plane to board. You missed the auction, bro. Joe McBride, if you go to... Yes, I did silver nitrate. Actually, I did. Joe McBride, if you go to that link, lincolncent.com/collections/obw-roll-reveal, it'll take you to where you can see the 2 rolls that'll be opened in the very near future. In fact, here tonight I'm going to redo the dates because my dates got a little messed up when I ended up having to take a week-long trip to North Carolina that I wasn't planning for. So yeah, for sure, we definitely it's a very nice double die too. There's a nice little hangy thing coming off the end of the ear. It looks like another lobe. Jason Patton, double dies for the 2019 Lincoln Cent. You go to coppercoins.com and you click up in the top left corner where it says search the site, die variety search. You click on that die variety search, and in that very first box where it says from, you put 2019 in there. When you put 2019 in there and you hit enter, you're going to get up 7 listings for 2019 double dies. There are currently 7 known. And I have at least 1 to 2 different ones headed toward me now that when I get them and list them, put us up to 9 at least. I see 2019 D. Not that I know of, sorry. All of these are Philadelphia mint. I didn't see that little D on there. Still working on getting new things added to the website. Working on actually coming up with the time to do that. Between running auctions and working on trying to grow inventory and working on trying to pack that inventory to move, I'm quite busy. Which I had. Coin Junkie, how do you bypass shipping? For that, go ahead and pay the shipping because since I'm shipping to Colorado, it's going to be all the same. Donald Harmon, you will receive the bill in email, and if you have anything that you need to tell me from there, you can email me at cd@coppercoins.com. Checking back to see if there's any other questions that I missed. Yes, I can, Coin Junkie. And if it works out that I owe you anything back on shipping, if you do any overpayment of shipping, don't worry about it. I will refund whatever overpayment you've made. And Victoria, that's exactly what I said. Yep. It's one of those things where I actually made the arrangement to buy this huge lot of pennies less than a week before wife decided to move. Here I am. Thousands and thousands of rolls, pennies. How hard is it to get a 2018 P ADO number 1? I'm going to say it's probably a little difficult. I don't have one. I'm pretty sure they're a little difficult. Yeah, thanks, Victoria. Have fun with that move, right? You don't perchance live anywhere near Florida and happen to want to lift a bunch of coins. I could use the help. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and end broadcast. And I appreciate everyone showing up. Once again, I always appreciate you guys showing up. I appreciate your participation. I appreciate your bids, and I appreciate your business. We will, at some point, be doing a roll reveal tomorrow. We'll have an auction on Tuesday. Then we will have the other roll reveal later in the week. And I do have other rolls in mind that will be coming up for reveals soon enough. All right, folks, that's it for me for right now. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. You guys all have a great week, and Silver Nitrate, you have a safe flight wherever you're going. Jason, if you have a DDR for 2019D, please contact me, cd@coppercoins.com. Coin Caption or Coin Captain, let me know where in North Carolina you are. Perhaps there is a chance. cd@coppercoins.com. Thanks, folks. Have a great night. I'll talk to you later.